The Battle of Hexamilia. The elder's words grew grave when he spoke of the place where the sea meets the land, where Greece and Turkey would measure their strength. He named the prophecy of Hexamilia, a vision of blood and fire that had been entrusted to him. When the quarrel over the waters reaches its height, he said, the fury of nations will break upon Hexamilia, and there the war will show its true face. He foresaw armies pressing upon one another, fleets encircling the narrow straits, and the roar of artillery shaking both earth and sea. The quarrels over 6 miles and 12 miles would no longer be matters of diplomats' tongues, but the clash of soldiers' steel. He declared that the Aegean, cradle of civilizations, would be reddened with the blood of its sons. At Hexamilia, he warned, there will be slaughter, the sea will foam with blood, and the cries will be heard from one shore to another. Yet he did not speak of destruction alone. He revealed the measure of God's judgment upon the nation that would provoke the storm. Turkey will be divided in 3, he said with certainty. 1/3 will fall to the fire, destroyed in the war. 1/3 will be scattered among the nations, driven as exiles to wander. And 1/3 will turn to Christ and be saved. And this was not the decree of men, but the destiny permitted by heaven, the fruit of long rebellion and oppression. The elder spoke of villages emptied, of towns burned, of a people who had once boasted in power brought low in a single season. They will see their empire undone, he said, their borders torn, their pride humbled, and they will know that the Lord is not mocked, that his justice is not delayed forever. He made clear that this judgment was not born of hatred, but of correction, that some would yet be drawn to the light even from the ashes of ruin. He described rivers running red and a calf swimming in blood, a sign of the enormity of the slaughter in Constantinople. The streets of the Queen City would flow as if with rivers of crimson, testifying that the time of reckoning had come. Ships without number would gather, 1,000 upon the sea, a fearful sign marking that the struggle had entered its appointed hour. In his vision, the faithful were warned to flee certain valleys when the hour came. Let the women and children depart from Muzini Valley, he said, for there the fire will fall heavily. Let them not linger, but take to the mountains, for destruction will pass swiftly through. He gave this as a mercy, a way for some to be spared when wrath would otherwise consume indiscriminately. And yet in the midst of such dread he spoke of hope, for the storm would not end in Greece's destruction. The city will be given to the Greeks, he said, but not by their own hand. Foreign soldiers will enter it, men who do not speak Greek, and they will fight until their strength is spent. Then the keys of Constantinople will be handed over to Hellas, not seized but bestowed, for God himself will return what was taken. The elder added that this would be the sign of Byzantium's resurrection, the restoration of what had been thought forever lost. The red apple tree would be reached, that long-dreamed border of Greek prophecy, and the word of the saints would be fulfilled. Islands long held in chains would return. The seas would once again resound with Greek voices, and the nation humbled in slavery would be raised in glory. He did not promise an easy triumph, but a costly one purchased in blood. Yet the end would be the exaltation of the faith, a vindication of the long suffering of a people. At Hexamilia the world will tremble, he said, but from that trembling the hand of God will be revealed.